What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have the third match posted from the top 8 at Gen Con 50 from the North American Joust. Brought to you by all these awesome people on Patreon. You see all their names there. Thanks a lot, everyone, for donating on the channel. Or donating to the channel by clicking the link in the description below. Patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. Help offset the costs. Help send me to some tournaments. And yeah, help get some more videos for you guys. So we got AJ on the left playing Martell Fealty. We got Fred on the right playing Watch Fealty. Looks like we got Arion Martell, a Bastard Daughter, and a Rose Road set up on the left. On the right, what do we got? Gren there. Trying to figure out what all these Watch characters do every time. Sorry, guys. I should know the other character, but I do not. But we'll figure that out here. And we'll fill you guys in. So Gren is a 3/3 unique ranger, no attachment step weapon. Reaction after you win a challenge which Gren is attacking. Oh, he's the guy that moves 1 power from a losing opponent's faction card to another attacking Watch character, up to 2 power instead if that character is standing. So works great with the new Jon Snow. And it's Jeremy Riker, I believe is the other one. Yes, Sir Jeremy Riker. It's 4 cost 3 strength, military power, knight, ranger, no attachment except weapon. Each other ranger character you control gains a power icon. So we've seen Jeff play earlier. He was the 17th place player at the start of the top 16. Snuck his way in because another player didn't show. And here he is in the top 8. He upset, knocking the King of Swiss out of the tournament. And can he make it on to the top 4 after this? We will see. Stay tuned. We got the long plan on the left. Here to serve on the right, bringing Maester Eamon in, of course.
So whoever loses this game will get one that says top 8, and then the other one will get the top 4 next round. Okay. So just see me after the game to get those.
All right, thanks a lot. Yep, sure. Would you like to cut? Wall, right there. Wall. Ready to draw?
So we see in the draw from the Martell player, just got Last of the Giants. So definitely a deck looking to bomb in sneaky Varys in the dominance phase, of course.
I'm gonna get my gold ready. Sure.
So definitely, it's probably similar to the other Martell deck we just saw in a couple videos ago. With the resets trolling their opponents, breaking their will in the long game, and hopefully closing it out before time runs out. Or at least being in the lead, I guess. So looks like the Watch player is going first. He puts a Rose Road out into play for his limited this round.
Why did I take a gold? I thought you were going to play something else for one. No, well, I mean,
looks like he paid a gold for that Rose Road, but didn't need to.
Play that guy. I figured you were going to play something else. I'm like, I'll play that guy. Yeah, let's play the
He played a Steward at the Wall there for 1. He's under that glare, I'm sorry. And a 2 gold for an Iron Throne. So Blood Orange Grove play the Martell producer on the left side there to get some economy going. So just a reminder, we got Canadian Nationals coming up, hopefully streamed on the channel September 22nd, a Friday. The cut on the 23rd, Saturday. If you're in the Toronto area, check out the link in the description below, 401games.ca/FFG Nationals for more information if you're interested in going. You can buy your ticket there. You should come if you can. It'll be a good time, I'm sure. And yeah, if not, you'll hopefully get to see it on the channel live stream. And if not, you'll see it. Even so, you'll see some games recorded and up on the channel shortly after. So stay tuned for that. Lots more Game of Thrones coming, so subscribe. And hit that notification button to be notified when those videos go up and when we go live so that you don't miss it. So it looks like due to going second, we have a Palace Spearman out there who has an intrigue icon indicated by that token. And it looks like that's it. A couple gold saved there, so we could have Vengeance for Ilya play as an option. We do see Ario Hota in hand, so Arion could bounce and bring him back or bring him out into play to knock a character out of a challenge. And remember, he's going to gain a gold for every challenge the Martell player loses, triggering the long plan to have more gold to go into the next round, where he most likely will play a lower gold plot. and like counting coppers or valor or something like that to then supplement that low economy with the long plan, which has been a classic play since the first chapter pack. So Intrigue looks like with the Steward at the wall and blocked by Arion. And the Night's Watch player's passage challenges over to the Martell player AJ here. Doesn't look like he can win a Oh, yeah, he could win. No, he couldn't. Trying to think what he can push through here. I mean, if he does a power challenge, the only power icon across the board is Riker there, but there's no power to steal.
Start off with the Intrigue.
So he's going to do an Intrigue, which Eamon could block. And you know Arion's on the board, so shenanigans can happen. So Fred's got to be a little careful here. And he goes unopposed on that Intrigue.
No reactions. Unopposed.
Grabs Jon Snow on the Intrigue claim. The good Jon Snow. So now he's debating doing the military challenge here with the Bastard Daughter. He's got Hota to knock a character out, but if 2 characters go in the challenge, then it's fully blocked anyway. Eamon's there to save from claim, so we got the military. Gren's going to come in for the block of 3, it looks like. And he loses the challenge, gets a gold. And we're going to see Arion bounce to bring someone in here to try to do a power challenge.
Thinking about her. Sure. No, we are good. Okay. Dominus you?
So Dominus goes to the Night's Watch player. That's it for challenges. And in Dominus phase, we got the Pyromancers coming in and saying bye-bye to the Iron Throne. Juicy. And of course, because the long plane is going to save that 3 gold.
Oh, sorry. That's okay. I have 5. I have 7. Okay, that's good.
And there's counting coppers on both sides. They're both looking to fill up their hand with cards. And it looks like the Night's Watch player is going first, since the Palace Smearmans gained their Intrigue icon back there, looks like. So 3 gold to work with on the Night's Watch side, plus a Steward at the wall. Riker gets a dupe. Eamon gets a dupe. Uh-oh. He's getting ready to survive a Valor here. But is he ready to survive a Varys? That's the question. 2 Messenger Ravens. 1 using Fealty, 1 using a gold. See, he's got a Craven in hand there. Should be nice on that Palace Spearman. I don't think they have the no attachments. Well, I could be wrong. Oh, yeah, they do have no attachments. I'm sorry. They do have no attachments. So an Iron Throne on the other side. AJ sticking it to Fred here. Knocking his Iron Throne out and playing one of his own. Definitely trying to make sure dominance stays on his side of the board. And Arion's back in play. Going to see her do some work during this game, I'm sure. All game. Until she is dealt with. So an Intrigue challenge from the Steward at the wall. He's debating blocking it with the Pyromancers there. And that means he doesn't have them in the dominance phase to do their business. But he's got to make sure he has the power to spend to do their ability. I don't know if they can hit non-limiteds. Or, I mean, if they can hit limited, sorry. Arion's going to block on the defense. Full stuff.
That's John. I'll start off with injury in my hand.
And the Pyromancer's coming in on an offensive intrigue here. Now, Eamon could block, but lose. Which he will do.
Okay, you win the challenge. Any reactions winning? Sorry. No. Claim.
Craven grabbed on the intrigue claim. Juicy pull. Yeah, Pyromancers is choose a non-limited location, so they can't be used to hit that Rose Road anyways. That makes sense why he would use them in a challenge, of course.
No for one.
And we got the Bastard Daughter coming in on a military challenge. For one. Most likely going to be blocked, yep, by Gren here again.
You got it.
Still not using Aerial Hota in his hand. I guess he does not care, but if you take down Eamon, might as well, right? But guess he's waiting for when it's more impactful. And the power challenge done by the Palace Spearman here obviously is one. Being blocked unopposed there by Sir Jeremy Riker. And Arion's going to go back in the challenge phase. Bring a Bastard Daughter into play.
That's me. Dominance.
And dominance goes to the Martells. And the two Messenger Ravens going back there, drawing 2 cards in the dominance action window for the Night's Watch player. And having that 10 reserve is definitely nice there. Drawing tons of cards, counting coppers. And the Messenger Ravens filling up the hand there. Lots of options going into the next round. Alright, so we got Battle of Blackwater into Heads on Spikes. Night's Watch player looking at sniping a character out of hand, which he probably has good odds based on what we saw being shuffled back and forth in AJ's hand. Looked like a lot of characters earlier. But a lot of cards. Oh, gets Last of the Giants, though. Misses on the pull. Well, it's still not a bad card to hit. And Battle of Blackwater getting rid of all the dupes there. So he's setting up either a Juicy Varus or a Juicy Valor next round. And we'll see if Fred can, if he drew in any dupes last round or if he drew in any dupes here. We'll see, but may have a board cleared here. And most likely it'll be a Valor, you would think, wanting to get those two Bastard Daughters to trigger off there and hit your opponent's hand. Seems the best use to those guys. And no uniques in play right now on the Martell side either, so a Valor's not sending anyone important to the dead pile, really. And there's another non-unique. Put in a Desert Scavenger. And for 5, what's he playing here? There's Arion, of course. What was I thinking? Asking who he's playing for 5 gold. Duh. Arion Martell. We got the cycle going. And sits on a gold, I think, here on the Martell side. So over to the Night's Watch player is going to put a second Rose Road into play to help his economy here. Well, in the next round at least. So Messenger Raven coming in off of Fealty. I think Gren or Riker here is going to get a Dragon Glass Dagger Raven and +2 strength. And he's immune to opponent's character abilities while he's in a challenge. And that second Messenger Raven's back again. Keeping the card draw flowing. And we got Pip, who I'm not sure what Pip does. But we're going to look him up. I think he's just another ranger, but he's got an ability, that's for sure. Pip is 3-3. He's got a military icon. He's loyal. Yep, he is a ranger. No attachment except weapon. Surprise, surprise. Reaction after you win a challenge in which Pip is attacking. Choose another attacking Night's Watch character. That character gains insight until the end of the phase. So just a good ranger character, helping keep other rangers on the board for lost rangers, I guess, and help giving out insight to draw some more cards. So we got an intrigue coming in here with Arion. Stewart at the wall, blocking the unopposed.
Win the challenge. Any reactions? 20. Right now. Fine.
Claim is a hand judgment. I'm sure Fred's looking to grab as many cards as possible using these Messenger Ravens, getting that insight from Pip. He's just looking to find the wall, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he's seen it yet, but I'm sure he would have put it on the board by now. But,
Then Mr. Jeremy Riker.
so Riker blocking the military challenge.
Power left.
We see a Vengeance for Ilya in the hand of the Martell player. So once he gets that board nice and small here, most likely off of Valor next round, we're going to see the Hota shenanigans. We'll see Vengeance for Ilya go off, I'm sure. At least that's what AJ's trying to achieve here. But those cards aren't as impactful when you have a giant board here of Chuds, as the Night's Watch player does.
5.
And 5 cards in the Night's Watch player's hand. We see one of them is a Haunted Forest. And he's going to be able to put 4 more cards in hand, assuming those Messenger Ravens go off in the Dominance phase. So it'll be loaded again going into the next round.
To the Gray Flight Control Banner, who will be signed up for this casual event. Once again, Rune Wars players here to play these skirmishes.
So like I said before, the winner of this is going on the top 4. Got both top 4 matches coming up on the channel and the finals. And then more Canadian Nationals coverage after that. And if I go to Worlds, if it seems like a good idea to do, yeah, you'll see more videos from there. So hopefully I'll see you guys, some of you guys there at Worlds. And if not, you'll see the coverage from Worlds, hopefully. So now we got a Viper's Eyes triggered on a challenge here. And he does have the wall in hand. Oh, it's going to the discard pile. Another Viper's Eyes. Oh, I think you get rid of Haunted Forest here. Craven, one of the Shadow Tower Masons. Yeah, that makes sense. Another Shadow Tower Mason, Haunted Forest, and Craven left in hand.
Bryn, give Pip 1 power. Pip, give Bryn insight. Claim.
So we got the trigger here from Gren, given a power, and then we got the insight from Pip, drawing a card. So it looks like it was a military challenge there. And now we got an intrigue challenge coming in here from Maester Aemon.
Action. Sure.
So we got Fealty Knelt, which is going to be used for Vengeance for Ilya most likely. It's looking to empty his opponent's hand out. And yeah, he's going to take an intrigue here, which is the other Shadow Tower Mason. So there's 1 card in hand that AJ does not know about in the Night's Watch player's hand.
Dominance action. Draw a card.
And he just drew into a Dragon Glass Dagger using 1 Messenger Raven, and Benjamin Stark with the other Messenger Raven. Dominance went to the Martell player, of course, there with his Iron Throne. And Arion will go back during Dominance to put a Palace Spearman out into play. So AJ not setting up the Valor, or maybe he is setting up the Valor and he just didn't want Arion in harm's way. And a Palace Spearman was the next, or the crappiest thing in his hand that he didn't mind killing. But maybe he doesn't need to Valor here. Maybe he just feels in control, especially with no wall in sight anymore. One of them's in the discard pile now. He doesn't have to worry. His characters are handling business right now. But still low in the power totals here. I think it's only 1 power, or yeah, 1 power on the Martell side, I think. We can't fully see AJ's house card there, and I apologize for that. It's not AJ's fault. I had to zoom in the shot. The camera kept wobbling around on the tripod. It was a heavier camera. And the player's bumping the table just made it too wobbly, so I had to zoom it in and unshake the video. So that's why you'll see the quality is a little lower than usual, but at least it's not moving around all over the place. So he is playing the Valor. He did want to get Arion out of the way, and the Palace Spearman will take the hit instead, like a good bodyguard. And the a Messenger Raven and a Haunted Forest grabbed from the two Bastard Daughters dying. And Jeremy Riker is still in play. I think, did he have a dupe on him? Oh, no, Maester Raymond saving, I'm sorry. Maester Raymond saving and then dying, yes, that's correct. So retaliation into Valor. Forces the Valor player, the Martell player, to go first here with 0 claim. And then he's going to face 2 claim coming back at him. He's got to be careful with those Vengeance for Elias. Could be turning 2 claim around onto the Night's Watch player. If he has one in hand. I'm not sure if he does. You know, he's got Arion in hand. Looks like he's got Nymeria. He's got Aerial Hota. He's got an event of some kind there. I think he's got Marcella Baratheon in hand. He's going to sit on all 3 gold, not play anything. Doesn't want to just lose it to military claim, but he might lose something to intrigue claim depending on what Fred gets out on the board here. But intrigue icons don't seem to be his specialty so far. And we got a Messenger Raven out there for fealty cost. Eastwatch by the Sea to draw some cards here in Dominance. A Lost Ranger. And an Old Forest Hunter. We're going to see a card chuck for some extra gold. Nope, that's it. Over to challenges from the Martell player. And he's going to pass on challenges, of course. He's got nothing in play. And here we go. Let's see what he can do with this 2 claim here. No intrigue icons, though, still.
Military challenge.
Are we going to see a Vengeance? No. Does he have it? Gonna do fealty and 1 gold. Oh, secret schemes. He's gonna draw 3 cards. He's looking for that Vengeance for Ilya. He wants to make that 2 claim hurt. Didn't get it. Didn't get it.
Unopposed. Nothing to claim. Power challenge. Unopposed. Unopposed. Only 1 claim.
So he's doing a power challenge there with the Old Forest Hunter. Remember, it has a power icon off of Jeremy Riker there.
Dominance action.
And Dominus goes to Martells, and Messenger Raven drawn a card there.
Value cards.
So 4 power on the Night's Watch side, 1 power on the Martell side.
We've got 4 to my plus.
Still a very low scoring game here. Over 20 minutes into the game. But we know these Night's Watch decks can go pretty slow, especially without the wall in play. And same with Martell. They're known for playing the long game. And taking a while till they can close it out in the late game here. But we will see who can get their win conditions going. And yes, actually doing that secret schemes there on the Valor turn means he's running into this 5 reserve here. And he's going to have to chuck a bunch of cards. But I think he was really looking for that Vengeance for Ilya. I could be wrong. Maybe he wasn't. AJ, if you're watching this, let us know what the thought process there was behind drawing secret schemes. I believe you're looking for Vengeance for Ilya. Maybe he wasn't. But now he's just got to chuck a bunch of cards. Basically, all those cards he drew from secret schemes are going to the discard pile. But at least it's basically like card quality here. So he's getting rid of Aerial Hota, a Venomous Blade, and a Orphan of the Green Blood.
Again, those that started on time for L5R, please try and finish your games in the next 10 minutes.
And we see a March to the Wall on the Martell side into Calling the Banners. Calling the Banners is getting no gold off of the effect. But initiative going to the Martell player who chooses the Night's Watch player to go first.
L5R, raise your hands so the judges can give you a prize.
And he's going to collect 5 gold to work with. And of course that Old Forest Hunter was sent to the discard pile off of March to the Wall. Messenger Raven in for Fealty. And Benjamin in for 5 gold, looks like. And over to the Martells for marshalling. Collecting 6 gold, plus the Blood Orange Grove to work with, and Fealty. And a second Blood Orange Grove now.
And this is +2 during challenges.
So AJ trying to figure out when he's going to marshal here, if anything, again. Still no intrigue icons showing on the Nice Watch side of things, and he's knelt his faction card, so Dolorous Ed is not an option right now. But the Martell player is going second, so he will have to deal with military claim before he can hit back with an intrigue challenge. He's going to have to put at least a couple characters on the board. And he pays for a House-Stained Knight and Arion Martell, which makes sense.
And I'll sit on the one. All right.
And if he's got Hota in hand, he can protect from military challenge here by putting Hota in play.
Military challenge, Mr. Jeremy.
So Riker comes in on military. And the House-Stained Knight blocks the unopposed and dies for claim.
Power challenge with the
And Lost Ranger coming in on a power challenge. 4 strength. Not enough on the board right now to stop it completely, but could block the unopposed with Arion Martell. He's got an Nymeria in hand. He could do a challenge with Arion when it's his challenges, and then use Nymeria to steal an icon, and then do that challenge with Nymeria unopposed. So he might want to save Arion here to do his own intrigue challenge. But he's going to block the unopposed.
I win the challenge. Any reactions to winning? No. Flame.
So Night's Watch player up to 5. Martell player back down to 0. Not looking good for AJ here. Slowly this game's crawling away from him. And the Palace Spearman coming in here. Going second. Of course, they have an intrigue icon. And they're going to do a power, actually. And Benjamin's going to block the unopposed. 4 to 4. And now it's 1 to 4.
And that is it. Proceed to dominance. You win dominance. Dominance action. Well, reaction. Draw a card with higher reserve. Dominance action.
So drawing a card off Eastwatch, drawing a card with Messenger Raven. Looks like he drew in a Dolorous Ed there. And dominance went to the Martell player. So 4 power on the Night's Watch side, 2 power on the Martell side. And we're going on to plot 6 here. We're at a 4-2 game. Oh, man.
1 sec, sorry.
Guys, pause the video now and go get that popcorn if you need to, or take a washroom break. We're going to be here for a little while with both these decks.
Black water and water. Just want to make sure things are used.
Be curious to know how many times both these players hit time in the day.
Sure.
So retaliation and March to the Wall. So they tie on initiative, but the retaliation player has less power, so he automatically wins. That forces the Nice Watch player played March to go first. And March to the Wall gets rid of the Palace Spearman that was out there. Clears the board. Great play on the March. And a Lost Ranger goes away. But 2 claim now on the Martell side. But can he build up a board to make that 2 claim count? That's what we need to see here, if that'll happen. The Nice Watch player, great job drawing cards like crazy, but we still haven't seen the wall put into play. We saw Jon Snow, the new Jon Snow, get discarded earlier, but maybe seeing him come into play might speed things up here for the Fealty, or Nice Watch player, sorry. Getting Jon Snow out, doing his standing business. So he's got a ranging party plate out there for 4 gold. Sitting on Cravens in hand still, but nowhere to put him. It's hard to play those Cravens when your opponent never has characters on the board in marshalling. And again, we see the Messenger Raven. So story of the game so far has been Arion Martell every round, basically. Cycling out characters. And Nice Watch player putting Messenger Ravens into play every round, drawing tons of cards. And now have an East Watch by the Sea. He doesn't even need to play all the Messenger Ravens. And he'll still get a couple cards around. So Dornish Fiefdom finally seeing play here. No underground vaults yet on the other side. So we're going to get some more economy here on the Martell side. Might see him speeding up, putting more characters on the board. Based on his economy shooting off here. So right now he can win an Intrigue easy peasy if he gets an Intrigue icon on the board, which most likely we're going to see Arion Martell come out here. And then if he ambushes someone in, we could see a 2 claim. Oh, dupe on Arion. So that can help with the military claim coming first. So that he doesn't have to lose a character. And still have his characters to hit back with on 2 claim. Looks like he does have Misella Baratheon in hand, which she does not have to kneel to defend and gains renown while there's no king in play. So that's a good call when you're going second to use her for that. And no military icon though, but I'm sure Arion Martell will bounce back to hand and change that, putting a military body into play. So we got a power challenge coming in here with Benchen Stark, 4 strength. Most likely Misella will just block the unopposed, not having to kneel to do so. Full block here with Arion and Misella. Misella will get renown out of it, actually. And no more challenges for the Nice Watch player. Over to the Martell player. Let's see what he's going to do with this 2-claim plot here. He's going to punish his opponent. AJ's body language and the way he's flipping his cards there does not look like he's too impressed. Arion losing the dupe, going back to hand. Nymeria coming into play to steal an icon, I'm sure. Military would make sense. Off of the ranging party, but then you got Riker there. It's got the +2 off Dragonglass Dagger. They both have Dragonglass Daggers on. So both are +2. So you're not going to sneak in the military, actually. You could do it to just try to get the power challenge through, maybe?
Activate Nymeria. And I would say... Doesn't matter, I'm going to dom anyways. I'll take his power.
So he's taking power off of the ranging party. Nymeria is only 4 strength. So he's got a... Oh, he's actually going to take it off of Riker.
20 minutes, guys.
And he's going to do a power challenge. No intrigue here. Doesn't seem to care about his opponent's hand. Just wants to get some power. He needs to start speeding it up here. I think we heard the judge there call 20 minutes left. So gets a renown actually too on winning with Misella. And then opposes blocked. So then the Martell player needs to speed it up. Sorry. And we got the double Valor with Varys Riddle. So 5 power right now on the Martell side and 2 power on the Night Watch side.
That kill completely resolves before Varus is available, so he can't interrupt himself twice, right? That's how it works. These are going to go back to
So Dragonglass Dagger is going back to hand, of course.
die.
And Benjamin should be getting 2 power from the Night's Watch player and shuffle back in, yep, which he does here, of course.
And I'll have you go first.
And the Martell player has chosen the Night's Watch player to go first with 0 claim. Martell player winning by 1 power. Very tight game here, very slow game in the power department. We're on plot 7 now. So that means the Valor is pinned on the Night's Watch side. And we do see a new Jon Snow in the hand of the Night's Watch player. But he's only got 4 gold to work with. Not going to be enough, but quite a handful of cards, though. See what he can do with the 4 gold. And Fealty. But the Martell player going second is going to get that 2 gold off the Dornish fiefdoms. He's got his Blood Orange Grove. He's going to have 7 gold plus those economy locations to help him out. And Fealty on top of that. But did he draw into characters? Martell player having a pretty low hand count, I think. This game could still go either way here. A dupe, Dolorous Ed, played in marshalling. I thought I've seen it all, but that is not the way I usually see him come into play. And he gets a Dragonglass Dagger. So Fred was tired of losing intrigue challenges, it looks like.
Collect 7.
And at least he's duped, so he can survive the military.
Collect 2. Sure. Fealty. Sure.
Oh, second fiefdoms here from the Martell player. Using Fealty to get it out in a Blood Orange Grove. Just fueling the economy here. Let's see what he's going to do. We got Arion Martell who's going to come into play. Yep, of course, Arion Martell, who dodged last turn. We got the Pyromancers, and 2 gold saved on the Martell side. No challenges for Night's Watch player. Over to the Martell player. So he's got a power challenge with Arion Martell, unopposed, of course. Taking some claim.
And I'll pass my rest of my challenges.
And no Arion trigger.
Reaction dominance phase. Oh, you. That one. Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, more reserve across the board, so he can't draw from Eastwatch by the Sea. And Pyromancer is going to trigger to lose the power and get rid of Eastwatch by the Sea. Try to cut off the draw of the Night's Watch player here. Who doesn't seem to be drawn into too much that he could use yet. But most likely we're going to see a big gold plot played here on the Night's Watch side to try to get some dudes back on the board. Gets rid of a Craven and something else there. Probably a Messenger Raven, I would think, but who knows? And we got Counting Coppers into calling the banners. So Martell player looking to draw tons of cards. Martell, or the Night's Watch player looking to get a little bit of economy here. And the Martell player having to go first there due to the Night's Watch player winning initiative. So he's only getting 1 gold off of each one of those Dornish fiefdoms. So he reduces with the 2 Dornish fiefdoms. And we got Knights of the Sun in play, which are not turned on right now and have renown due to them cycling plots. Only one plot in the use pile right now. So it's going to be a little while before those guys get renown to help the Martell player speed up winning the game if he can. But at least they're a body with the military icon, which is what he needs right now. Desert Scavenger, 3 gold saved on the Martell side. Over to the Nice Watch player for marshalling, who quickly nails a Fealty to get a Messenger Raven into play. And we have the Steward at the wall. And Benjamin's back with a Dragonglass Dagger. So Nice Watch player has a couple characters now with intrigue icons. One of them is at 5 strength at a Dragonglass Dagger, and he's got the 1 strength. Steward at the wall. So we have the intrigue coming in from the Pyromancers. Gets fully blocked by Dolores Head. Doesn't need to save those Pyromancers for any reason, since there's only 2 rows across the board. And we got a military challenge with the Knights of the Sun, 4 strength. Benjamin sitting at 6 can fully block, but no defenders declared.
No reactions to winning.
And the Steward at the wall will die for claim. And unopposed power gained.
And power.
And we got a power 1 strength here with the Desert Scavenger. Does Benjamin block this? Or does he let that go unopposed? Which is probably not a good idea, letting the Martell player get up to 10 power. And yep, he does fully block.
That's all 3 of mine.
Over to the Night's Watch player for challenges. They pass towards the Dominance. Dominance goes to the Martell player, and he's going to draw with the Messenger Raven on the Night's Watch side of things. And on to the next plot. Round number 9. And we got Retaliation and a March to the Wall.
I win initiative. You will be the first player.
Good play on the March to the Wall, getting rid of the both copies of Dolores Head there, and sending a Dragonglass Bagger back to the hand of his opponent. And forcing the Martell player to go first.
I'll collect 6. 7, 8.
So 8 gold to work with on the Martell side.
2 sword 2s.
Uses the 2 Blood Orange Groves. And we have Alias Sand. The one after you lose, you can give stealth to a character. And a Orphan of the Green Blood getting Bestow 3. So we're going to see some fun bounce here, I'm sure. Just don't know who. I don't really see anyone in play that benefits from going back to hand or coming back out into play. But he's just investing in the future, I guess. But we could see someone coming off Arion here who could then go back to hand. Getting a Hota cycling a few times would be funny. So just want to give a shout out to a couple podcasts I've been listening to lately. You guys know the White Book, of course, been around forever. If you guys don't listen to podcasts, there are quite a few for this game still. Even though a few have died off since the game launched. But you should definitely go check out the White Book. There's a new one on the scene, The Wars to Come, which I really like. I recommend maybe skipping the first episode since there's lots of sound issues. Tons of bad echo, pretty hard to listen to. But I mean, for the first podcast, not bad. But the second one, way better quality. Give a listen to that. You have the Jesse Carpenter doing that podcast. Got Alex Black on there. who's known throughout the community for making a name for himself recently, and Chris Thompson. And I think they've had a guest on too. And sorry, I forget your name so bad, but check them out. The Worst to Come, I believe it's called. Yeah, good episode, good stuff. I like what they're focused on. And the other one is Decklist and Chill. I really like that podcast. I wish they made more episodes more often, but that's one of my personal favorites. So shout out to those guys over there in the UK doing that podcast. Yeah, it's a great one. I've been listening to that one ever since they started. Always great quality. Always fun stuff on there. But yeah, you should check that one out. They've been building decks on that, which makes sense. Deck list and chill. But they build decks for different factions and discuss the choices and stuff. Always interesting. Yeah, if you're not into podcasts and like me, you have an hour plus drive each way to work, those podcasts are a godsend. So shout out to those guys who are putting work into the community. Trust me, I understand what that's all about, putting those hours of your spare time into the community and just to keep it going strong. So much appreciated to those fellow content creators.
Star Wars, Destiny, Top 8, new pairings have been posted.
And if you have an Android phone, you don't know how to listen to podcasts, just go download a podcast app, search them in the Play Store. I use Pocket Casts personally, and then you can subscribe to these podcasts, and every time a new one comes up, you can even set them to auto-download to your phone. And, yeah, you can use Bluetooth or Chromecast or whatever and shoot it to speakers or your car or whatever and listen to them. So, yeah, for those that don't listen and don't know what a podcast is, you'd be surprised when I mention podcasts to people nowadays. A lot of people still don't know what a podcast is. All right, so we got 2 claim military coming in with our core in half hand, killing some dudes. Now we got a power challenge with Arion Martell. So Arion going back to hand. And Knight of the Sun in play. And Vengeance for Ilya. So no power move there because of the Vengeance for Ilya. And Messenger Raven going back to hand, drawing a card. So Martell player sitting at 13 power. Nice Watch player only at 3, just like that. Martell player shot up in power there. Sounds like 6 minutes left in the round. If that, what I heard there was a judge just saying 6 minutes, if that's for Game of Thrones, it probably makes sense. So we got heads on spikes into retaliation. So Nice Watch player forced to go first. Is he going to hit a character? And he gets Nymeria to the dead pile, taking 2 power. Well, 2 claim plot on the Martell side, looking to close this thing out here. May be able to do it this round just based on winning a power challenge. But I mean, Benjin and Corin are both pretty beefy bodies, especially with that Dragon Glass Dagger out there. So trying to get a power challenge off against those 2 guys might be a little tough. But with 2 claim, you threaten that military first, forces one of them or both of them to go down to protect from that, and you can sneak the power challenge through. Finally, Underground Vaults here on the Night's Watch side. And 4 gold gain from the Dornish Fiefdoms on the other side between those actions there. So Underground Vault is going to get the 2 gold for sure, since the Rose Roads are pumping that 4 gold plot up to 6. And we got a ranging party in on the right. It's got a Haunted Forest to help block some unopposed here. I think it's a little too late. And Dragon Glass Dagger on Corin. So Corin's a beast. Might be able to kill a Palace Spearman or a Knight of the Sun there. Having that kind of strength. Oh, we see Varys in hand. That's not good. Varys with his stealth could help get... well, he's definitely going to get unopposed. Unless, yeah, Dollar's Head's not coming in because faction cards knelt. Arion's played out. he has enough. He could just play Varus straight up just to sit him on the table and have another body with stealth. And he's going to do it. And worst case, you just wipe the board at the end of the round if he doesn't close it out. And try to close it out next round. Or just use them on the board as a stealthy intrigue body. So we got a military challenge with Corrin. I believe 7 strength. And he's got to block the unopposed.
Win the challenge. Reaction, kill that guy.
And Corrin will kill the Palace Spearman. And now claim.
Reaction.
Yeah, he's got to do the reaction off of Elia Sand to give stealth to Arion there. And she'll die. Renown goes on to Corrin. 6 power now on the Night's Watch side. And a power challenge with the ranging party. Trying to slow this Martell player down by stealing some power. And instead he's going to use Benjin actually and not use the ranging party, it looks like. Or not. Yeah, no, he's sticking with the Benjin. 6 strength. Looks like the character he has in hand is a Desert Scavenger. I think he's debating jumping that in with Arion, but I don't think you do that right now. He's got another character in hand too. I think it's a Pyromancer. He's going to block the unopposed. That's interesting. Guess he figures he can't get the power through. But he's got Arion as stealth. He...
Oh, no. You said you do. You were doing a challenge against me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So I win the challenge.
So power challenge 1 here. Defended, blocked the unopposed by Arion. And we got an intrigue. Haunted Forest is going down after the intrigue is won. And 2 claim on the intrigue challenge. So interestingly, using Arion there, I'm not sure. Arion's going to go back to hand. And a Desert Scavenger coming out. Power challenge. Ranging party blocking it. See, if he didn't use Arion, he could have stealthed Arion, claimed 2 on the power, and 1 dominance, and won the game, I think. But I think he's... Varus pops off, though, clearing the board. Now, I mean, he's so far in the lead. They've already been playing for over 50 minutes, so they probably only have a few minutes left. So it's most likely it'll be the last round. And, yeah, we'll see. He's just going to win in time, maybe. But he could have closed it out there, I think, if he did that right. Like, he would have lost the power on the unopposed. But then claim 2 and dominance. Yeah, and unopposed, too, on the power challenge. Yeah. Would have closed it out even before dominance, I think. So here to serve, looking for a Maester. And long plan on the Martell side.
All right, who's first?
Your choice.
Yeah, less power on the Night's Watch side. They tie for initiative, so the Night's Watch player has to choose.
There they are. They're right there. I was about to draw them. Now I got a shot.
So he saw a wall there at the top of his deck. He's looking for a Maester. You realized he was about to draw into them, but...
Yeah, good lord. Okay.
So time was called there, it sounds like. He doesn't have a Maester aiming to grab.
I'm like,
I guess that
I'm like
wasn't-
Housemaster?
No.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, maybe he run a Housemaster.
No. No, that's not happening. Let's see if I can still...
Yeah, I don't know if Eamon died already. Yes, he did. He died on the Valor turn, so he can't play Eamon into plays. He's in the dead pile. So, yeah, I guess he thought he was playing Maester, or House Maester there. But doesn't look like he drew into anything good there.
Let's see how marshalling goes. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it sounds like Fred's very not happy with his marshalling. And thinks it's going to be over here based on what gets marshaled out here.
Even if I were able to win 3 unopposed challenges, like power plane, that's 4. It would go down to 12. I would go up to 9. It's still, yeah, it's GG.
Yeah, Fred realizes it's mathematically impossible based on what's in his hand there to even stop him from winning with time being called there. AJ closes it out. So long run there, but eventually scooped up enough power to have a big lead on his opponent there. So congrats to AJ. Moving on to the top 4. That's it for top 8 coverage. Top 4 is coming up next. Both games, then the finals. Plus, we got the Melee finals recorded from Gen Con, so that should be coming up after that. So stay tuned. Lots of Game of Thrones. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification button beside the subscribe button to be notified when we go live. Got Canadian Nationals coming up this weekend, so stay tuned for that live stream and coverage from that. So lots of Thrones content coming, and hopefully we get to Worlds. You can donate on patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. Link is in the description below to donate, and thank you for watching.